From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley. Thank you for joining us. It has been 5 years to the day since Jermain Charlo was last seen alive. A lot has changed in those 5 years, but one thing has stayed the same, and that's her family's desire for justice and the lead detective's search for the truth. I not only spoke to Jermain's aunt about who her niece is, but with that detective, and in the place he spent hours looking for her. And as I learned, Jermain's story is one we still need to tell. For 5 years, she's gazed down Highway 93 from this billboard north of Missoula, staring back at the mountains that may hold the answers to a lot of questions.
It's hard driving through there to go to Missoula. It's really hard because my mind just races.
Jermain Charlo was 23 years old when she vanished on June 16, 2018.
It was very frustrating.
But lead detective Guy Baker is optimistic the answer is out there.
I feel like we don't have all the puzzle pieces on the table yet to put the puzzle together, and we just need a little bit more.
I spent time with Detective Baker around part of the vast search area off Evero Hill north of Missoula because leads in the case led investigators to this area on the Flathead Reservation. Here, animal bones are everywhere, and the trees are thick.
There's tons of bones up here, and we've been up here and various other locations numerous times where I've sought assistance from the University of Montana Forensic Anthropology Department, and they come and look at bones on numerous occasions to determine if they're human or not, and they haven't been.
This is a lot of land. There's a lot of vegetation up there, and I'm always like hopeful that, you know, maybe somebody's out hunting one day, and so every year on Facebook I'm like, all right, it's another hunting season. This is what she was wearing. This is what, if you see something, please do not touch it. Please contact Guy Baker.
Guy Baker tells me thousands of hours have gone into the search for Jermain, using everything from drones to dogs to other forensic technology. There have been dozens of volunteer searches and dozens of law enforcement searches, with more to come. But you see this area, it is so heavily wooded, it's hard to find anything. Nevertheless, Guy Baker says he will not stop until Jermain is found and someone is arrested.
Always hopeful something's going to break and we're going to find her.
Guy never met Jermain, but feels he knows her now, and she's never far from his mind.
Many a night I've laid trying to fall asleep looking at the fan going round and round, wondering where Jermain is. It's very frustrating.
This is actually the same outfit she was wearing when she went missing.
Frustrating for her family, too. Jermain's aunt believes Jermain is gone.
I don't know how many searches, I don't know how many volunteers we've had coming, helping us look, and every time it's like you always hope to find her, but at the same time you don't.
Valinda tells me Jermain was funny. She loved fishing and being outside, drawing and knitting and posting on social media. But her first love, being a mother to her 2 young sons. And that may be the hardest part.
I can't even imagine what they're going through without having their mom there, and the confusion.
Detective Baker is dedicated to keeping Jermain's story in the public. It's his own cell phone number that's up on that billboard. He'll travel anywhere to talk to a potential witness, because somebody knows what happened to Jermain Charlo.
Jermain was someone, and she was a mother, and she was a sister, and she was a daughter and a granddaughter, and whatever happened to her, she didn't deserve, and her family is seeking and deserves justice, and we're trying hard to bring closure to them.
No matter how dark it is, light will always come. And I'm determined. I don't care if I have to look for her until the day I die. I will never stop looking for her. Now, there is a court case, Detective Baker says, came as a result of the investigation into Jermain's disappearance. Her former boyfriend and father of her sons, Michael DeFrance, was convicted of partner family member assault against her in 2013. So he was not allowed to own firearms because of that conviction. During the investigation into Jermain's disappearance, DeFrance was determined to own firearms, which was not allowed due to the previous PFMA conviction. And on those charges, he was convicted in May in federal court on 4 charges of firearms violations and will be sentenced on those counts in September.
Court documents that were filed in the months after Jermain disappeared sought search warrants for DeFrancis property in the Evero area. Those documents state Jermain's phone last pinged in that area as well. Her phone, though, has never been found. It is important to note here that although police have said numerous suspects have been identified and some even eliminated over the last 5 years, MPD has not identified anyone as a suspect in Jermain's disappearance. But remember, Detective Guy Baker tells us Jermain's case remains very much open. This is not a cold case. If you have any information related to her case, call him directly. His number, 406-396-3217.